All right, so you're sitting down at the mediation table and your spouse owns a business. What do you do? Do you ask to be a co-owner in the business? Do you ask for the house while they keep the business? How do you handle this? Well, here's the thing. There are a lot of different ways to handle it, and I have negotiated a bunch of different agreements based on what my client wanted. There was one case that I had where the client did want a portion of this business. It was a jewelry business. She had worked in it for years. They had started the business, during the marriage. And even though the marriage was ending, she felt like the two of them could work together. And luckily, so did he. So he just put her on the title and they each owned half the business. And that was part of their agreement. I've also been involved in others where they wanted the opposite. I had one where a spouse owned 75% of a business and the other spouse owned the other 25. And the one that owned the 25, they wanted nothing to do with their spouse after this divorce. They didn't want to try to run a business with them, so we negotiated a buyout. And then there's the harder cases where the business is owned by only one party. And maybe there's not enough assets left that will equal the value of the business. Maybe the business itself is worth $1 million, but the house is only worth $500,000. What do you do then? Well, we can structure a lot of different ways. We can have payouts be made over time. We can look for other assets. If there are no other assets, maybe a portion of the business needs to be sold to figure out how to pay that share out. Either way, you want to make sure that you protect the business as much as you possibly can because it will be a source of income for your whole family, especially if you have kids moving forward. But you also want to make sure that you walk out with a reasonable and equitable deal. And that means all those nights while your business owner spouse was staying up late, burning the midnight oil and all those things, we know you were at home, taking care of the kids, taking care of the house, holding down the fort so that the business owner could do that.